volunteer staff at a lot of those social service organizations.
And this year was the first year you guys brought back the program. It had been gone for a couple of years, but what was the main reason to bring back this program to Carbondale?
Well, I think it's important to develop those up-and-coming, those people in each organization that have been identified as having leadership potential, and to make sure that they really have an in-depth knowledge of the community that they will be serving in their roles. I'm personally passionate about it. I was in the class of 2006, or as this year's class now calls it, the second best class of Leadership Carbondale. As you can imagine, when you're dealing with a lot of strong, driven individuals are a little bit competitive.
And the really cool thing about the program is you had people represented from all sectors of the community.
You know, I saw it with this year's class. I saw it with my class. My class from 06 still gets together for lunch once a quarter. And I look at the people in this year's class, my class, and other classes, and I think, you know I would have not hung out or met those people typically that was in my class. And I see that in all the classes, that they got to interact with somebody from a totally different industry that they probably wouldn't have otherwise crossed paths with.
And any particular requirements to apply? Anything you're looking for specifically?
Well, there is a charge to it, and we're hoping we can have some scholarships again this year, and it looks like we will, but it does cost $500, which most people have underwritten by their employer. And of course, we're asking for a full day out of each month during the time that they're in session, which will be March through November. So it's a time commitment. You know, most of our employers are doing that as paid time off because it is a training or advancement of the leadership skills. So there's a little bit of time, a little bit of money, and then we just ask that when the folks are in their class day, you know, that they be present and be engaged and try to, you know, not have their attention distracted by phones and emails.
Yeah, and Amy, I think Jennifer would agree that the real value to these programs, a lot of cities have these, the most successful cities have leadership programs, and it's a way to connect the dots. At least that's how I always look at it. So over time, this network develops. Very much Jennifer and I are involved in the Delta Leadership Network, and as that network develops, you have more and more contacts, and it gives you more resources to be able to do your job. And then you're also connected to a lot of folks that are focused on community development. So you're really expanding your capabilities and your ability to do your immediate job. So it's a great program, and you just touched on the diversity. I think that's the value too of having folks from a lot of different players, not just government, not just a business group. Get all those people together.
And you have a lot of people who may have spent quite a bit of time in Carbondale, but they don't really know what happens behind closed doors. And your tours take people to a variety of locations. Some are familiar, and then some are unfamiliar as well.
Absolutely. And it's funny because I, try not to prejudge, but I had certain people, like we had a detective from Carbondale Police Department in our class this year, and I assume, he's been down every street and alley in my mind and my prejudging of the city, but I think we even managed to surprise him with some things that he had not seen in his time with the department.
And we didn't do that to like cultivate new leads or anything like that. There's nothing sinister or suspicious about it. It was, again, that's right. It's a great resource for folks in the community to have somebody, a contact now that's a friend in public safety.
Yeah, and I think, we have a curriculum. We introduced them to a lot of good speakers. We had a lot of lunchtime speakers that just talked about leadership and team building and maintaining, your energy and excitement and passion. And when they are out doing touring and they're being exposed to different things in the community, to me, it provides them the why. We all know what we do day to day, but this kind of gives them some background on why people are passionate and what. I think it gives them exposure to see that there's a lot of folks in a lot of different roles all over town that are just passionate about this community and really want to see Carbondale be the best that it can be. And everybody's just doing that through a little bit different way in their individual role in the community.
So if someone's listening this morning, how can they go about applying, and what's the cutoff date?
So there is a Leadership Carbondale tab on the CarbondaleChamber.com website, and they can go there for additional information.
Great. And moving on to our next subject area, Business Builders Breakfast, quickly approaching on December the 6th, so just a couple days away. Hard to believe we're already into December.
Yeah, so on Thursday we'll be at the Dunn Richmond Center at 8:30 with donuts provided by Dunkin' Donuts and coffee. And the topic for this month's Business Builders Breakfast is about traditional media buying and digital marketing. So the goal of the BBB, Business Builders Breakfast, is just to provide some education and tool to our business members and an opportunity for them to network and meet new people that they might not otherwise know. But, you know, when you're a small business person, I mean, in many cases, you're the accountant, you're the HR, you're the marketing person, you're everything all the time. And that has, in many cases, in addition to whatever product or service that your primary occupation is all about. So we just try to arm people with the knowledge and tools for all those other hats that they wear in addition to what their normal job is.
And how did you come up with this particular topic? Are these always topics for these breakfasts brought up to you by the business owners in the community?
That is the driving source. We are always trying to prove the value of the chamber, and I think one of our value propositions is education. And I don't feel like it's my job or our staff's job or our board's job to tell people what they need. I think it's our job to listen. And when we start to hear common complaints, concerns, or topics bubble to the surface, we put them on our list and we try to match them with a speaker.
And is there a cost for that breakfast? Do they need to register ahead of time?
It is $5, and we do want pre-registration so we have enough coffee and donuts for everyone.
Absolutely. And December 6th is a very popular day for the Chamber. You have another event going on the same day. It's with the Carbondale Young Professionals, and this is a pretty new group with the Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah, so again, Carbondale Young Professional is targeted to that, I hate to say an age, but let's call it under 40-ish. Newer, maybe in the role, newer in the community and workforce. And it's a place for them to get together and meet each other. And one thing they've been doing is trying to alternate having kind of a social gathering, like an after hours, after work, and having more programming. And so they have these reoccurring events, typically on a Thursday evening at a restaurant. Everybody just buys their own food, buys their own drink. There's no cost to attend. And basically they have an hour of networking and social time, and then they have some sort of program, panel, or speaker. And so I think it's interesting because to me it falls so hand in hand with Leadership Carbondale and other things that we're doing. The topic is all about what does it mean to volunteer in your community? How do you find the correct not-for-profit that's a good fit for you? What kind of return can you expect, whether that is return to your heart or return to benefit you and your business and your growth? And so I think this will be a real interesting one as far as what does volunteering in your community bring to you, and how do you work that into your work-life balance, especially a lot of the folks that attend Carbondale Young Professionals, they're have young families, and everything they do requires juggling or a babysitter or other things, so they have to really make good choices and good use of time.
And where will this month's event be held?
So this month they'll be at Hunan. And so just come out and after work and have a cocktail if that's what interests you, and then stay for dinner and a good speaker.
And gearing up for a big membership drive come the 13th of this month.
Yeah, so we have a committee that is an ambassador and membership committee, and the ambassador part of their job is making people feel welcome at events and just kind of being a representative in the community of the chamber, knowing what our benefits are, and sort of selling us in a way, I suppose. And then membership, of course, is just, we are not, we don't get a big bucket of funding, federal, state, local, etc. We are driven primarily by the dues that our members pay to be a part of our organization and a couple of fundraisers through the year. So membership is very important, and if you are familiar with chambers, a 15% loss of membership each year is not uncommon. So if you have things falling out the bottom of the bucket, you have to put things in the top. And they decided they wanted to do a membership drive. So after work on the 13th, they're going to be at Pinch Penny Pub at the area. It's kind of an elevated area that's behind the popcorn machine, if you're familiar with Pinch. And it's super casual. It's just come out, have a cocktail, visit with ambassador and membership, and hear about the benefits. And we're going to run a discounted membership through the end of January for people who kind of want to just give it a test, but it has some extra benefits with this and a little bit less cost than our normal membership. So hopefully, if we can get some new people in for this year, it gives us a year to prove our value, to get them involved, and do everything that we can to help their business.
And at this moment, how many members do you have with the Chamber of Commerce?
We have 481 member businesses currently, which is a lot. I come from a private business background, so to first have a board as my bosses, but more importantly, to have 481 member businesses to answer to is a little bit different than what I have been used to in my past life. But it's a good group, and we really are. We have 2 paid staff and a little bit of intern time, but we are completely run and at the mercy of our volunteers, most of which come out of our membership.
And if someone is unable to attend the event on the 13th, I'm assuming you have lots of information about how to become a member and some of those benefits on your website?
It is on our website. We also have it in office. We're in the old train depot closest to the cellar. If someone wants to stop by, we have some flyers that talk about our discounted membership opportunity that we're running through the end of the year for new members.
Great. And final note, Mayor's Cup, Chamber Night, January the 2nd.
Yes, so this is brand spanking new. You're the first to hear about it. So we're trying to partner with Saluki Athletics and get a big crowd out there and have a fun rivalry with our neighboring communities. And so the concept is each Chamber of Commerce in here, Marion, Benton, Mount Vernon, and beyond, we have a code through which you can buy tickets to go out to the Saluki game on January 2nd. Because the students are gone, they're able to give us great seats in the 100 section, so we're right down on the floor. Tickets are normally $20. During this promotion, you can get them for $10. And then any chamber that sells 500 tickets is entered to win $500. And so, of the competing friendly competition, chambers, the idea is that you get a great group from your town out, and they're going to recognize everybody. So, of course, when they say Carbondale, we'll all yell and holler and clap and stomp our feet and represent. And then whichever chamber wins the Mayor's Cup, as it's being called, the chamber director and the mayor or a representative of the mayor would go onto the floor and receive a check. Either some of the chambers will be using it for themselves, for their foundation, which is what we would do. We would use that to fund some scholarships for either returning SIU students or for Carbondale High School students who want to go to SIU. You can certainly, some of the chambers are going to be donating their $500 towards a not-for-profit member organization is probably what I should say. So the chambers get to use the big check that Coach Kill will be presenting however they want. And it's funny because Saluki Athletics said, well, we'll try to do 1,000 next year if this takes off, but we can only do 500 this year. It's not much. But to chambers, $500 is a lot of money. And we can make that go a long way, especially if we can turn around and use it to scholarship.
And what is the importance of the Carbondale Chamber working with all of the surrounding chambers? I feel like you guys are doing a lot more of that.
It's important because we are all on shoestring budgets and we are all very limited staff. And so the more that we can combine our resources, right now we're all working very hard to promote Shop Southern Illinois and really push people to try to spend their dollars in the local community at the mom and pops and at our locally owned franchise, etc., so that those dollars convert into tax dollars that underwrite services like schools and fire departments and things like that. So, as much as we understand the convenience of hopping online, those dollars don't come here. And, when people want to complain about tax increase, well, maybe if you weren't buying your toilet paper to your toothbrush online, we'd have those tax dollars here, and you wouldn't have those increases because we'd be able to self-sustain our own services.
And more information, I'm sure, will be coming out about the Mayor's Cup and how people in the community can rally behind the Carbondale Chamber of Commerce and get those tickets.
Absolutely.
All right, Jennifer Olson, anything else you'd like to share about the Carbondale Chamber of Commerce? I know we tried to cover as much as we could this morning, lots.
Well, thank you for allowing us to cover a potpourri of things, and just I can't say shop local enough. It really, of course, we talked a little bit about the financial of it, but supporting local really provides the color and uniqueness and diversity of our community, because while we all want to see those national names that we know and love, really the uniqueness, flavor, and character of a community is driven by the stores that no one else has. So please support them.
Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to have you in studio. We're going to take a short break and get you some announcements, and we'll be right back.
Good morning. This is Alicia with the City of Carbondale, here to bring you this week's calendar of events. Let it glow, let it glow, let it glow. Let's share your photos of your holiday lights display with us on Facebook at Explore Carbondale continues now until December 17th. Our team of reindeer will choose the best and brightest, and the winner will receive a special holiday yard sign and a $50 gift card to Ace Hardware. For more information, go to our website at www.explorecarbondale.com. The CCHS Band is holding their annual Christmas tree sale at their new location in the parking lot of University Mall in Carbondale. Operation hours are Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m., Sundays at 11 a.m. to 7 p.m., and Monday through Thursday from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. For more information, please call 618-559-8027. Come ring in the season with a mix of holiday music and classic hits of the 50s, 60s, and 70s at The Varsity. The Varsity presents Edwin Leeson Has Gone Solo. He returns to Southern Illinois for a concert at The Varsity on Sunday, December 9th. He'll perform hits from artists such as Sam Cooke, The Platters, Al Green, and Elvis Presley, as well as some Christmas music. The show begins at 6:30 p.m. Tickets are $15 at the door or $12 in advance. For more information, please call 618-457-5353. For more information on these events and others, please visit our website at WDBX.org, or you can go to CarbondaleTourism.org, or you can reach us by phone at 618-457-3228. Thank you, and have a great week.
to.
Okay.
Good Monday morning. The time is now 10:19 a.m. We hope you're having a wonderful start to your work week, and it is time for another interview. We have Jennifer Paulson with the Winter Farmers Market in studio this morning. Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
And you actually had your first Winter Farmers Market of the season this past Saturday.
We did. We just opened up the season. It was a wonderful farmers market. It's good to be back, and we'll be going all winter long. This is just the start.
Yes, and tell us a little bit about the Winter Farmers Market and kind of how it got its start here in Carbondale.
Well, we're really lucky to live in a place where farmers can grow great food right through the winter. And with just a little bit of technology like a high tunnel or a greenhouse, a farmer can be growing fresh produce, and so it's wonderful to be having that. And so we're looking at, when people were looking at how do we have access to fresh local food all year long, a winter farmers market was the thing to do.
And you guys are located at Carbondale Community High School, open every Saturday through March from 9 a.m. to noon. What types of things can people get their hands on?
Well, in addition to great fresh vegetables and greens, we have pasture-raised meats, we have pork, we have beef, we have pasture-raised eggs, we have all kinds of baked goods. We have jams, jellies, relishes, all of that kind of stuff. Also, you'll find body products from time to time, and again, crafts too.
Are you guys still taking applications for vendors for this season?
We do. We take applications on a rolling basis. So if someone's interested in getting involved with the market, they just need to contact us and we'll get the process started, especially if they have something that isn't already being sold at the market. We're always looking for new people to work with.
And why is it so important to be able to have this winter farmers market and provide fresh produce and fresh locally made products to the community and beyond?
Well, there are a lot of reasons. Number one, I think, is that fresh food is healthier food. It's more nutritious. It has so much more to nourish us, and it tastes really good. So that's a really important reason right there. If you're looking to support your health or just to have a great meal, it's a great place to start. Another thing to think about, though, is when you buy from a local source, those dollars are staying in our community, and they turn over time and time again within our community, so it strengthens our local food, our local economy. And we live in such a beautiful, rich agricultural area. There's no reason why we can't be growing and eating our own food.
And for someone who's never been out to the winter farmers market, how would you describe the atmosphere?
Well, it's a fun place. It's welcoming. We're located inside the lobby of the high school, and so when people come in, they'll see lots of tables around. Each table is a different farmer or vendor selling what it is that they make. And then we always try to have music. We have a vendor that sells fresh, locally roasted coffee. We have local tea. There's usually something yummy you can snack on right there if you're looking for a little breakfast before you do your shopping. It's a very laid-back community atmosphere.
And the Winter Farmers Market does have a close connection to FoodWorks as well.
That's right. So FoodWorks is the nonprofit that oversees the market, and FoodWorks does a lot of things in Southern Illinois to strengthen our regional food economy, and a big part of that is creating opportunities for consumers to access that wonderful food. We also do training programs for farmers, and we do some agritourism events. But really, we're looking, FoodWorks is so excited to have this winter market because it's an opportunity to share the wonderful things that are grown right here with the community.
And you guys also do have, accept SNAP customers as well as match link card purchases.
We do. We welcome SNAP customers at the market. They can use their link card to get any amount that they'd like. And we have a link match program, which is a double value coupon program. So we will match what a customer spends with their link card dollar for dollar with coupons for free fruits and vegetables, up to $20 each week.
And I know the winter, sometimes we experience rough weather here in Southern Illinois. How do you guys inform everyone if you have to close due to snow or ice?
Well, it is a thing that does happen sometimes in the winter. So luckily we're indoors, so we only have to, if the roads are bad. But if we need to close the market, we try to communicate in all the ways that we reach out to people. So social media is a great way. We'll always post that on our Facebook page, and we'll share it on the Foodworks Facebook page too. Customers are also welcome to sign up for a weekly email with us, and then as soon as we know we have to cancel a market, we would be sending an email to all of those people. And if anyone's ever just curious, they're welcome to give us a call that morning, and we're happy to tell them if we're open or not.
Great. And you do from time to time have special events, special days at the market. I know you have a kids' day coming up sometime this winter as well.
We do. We try to do some fun events throughout the year to get people involved. So we do a kids' day. We also will have a seed swap coming up in February, and hopefully at the end of the season we'll be able to do our annual plant giveaway also. So lots of fun things that happen throughout the year.
And remind us, Jennifer, how long is the season for the winter's market?
The market goes December through the end of March. So we're open every Saturday until March 30th, except for December 29th. We take off that Saturday between the holidays.
And also, with the holidays quickly approaching, a lot of people like to give gifts, and the market is a wonderful way to shop local and find something for everyone off of your holiday shopping list.
Absolutely. There are, there's anyone who loves to eat is going to have something great there, right? So there's all kinds of unique preserved items that are there in terms of food. You're always welcome to place a special order, maybe with a baker or something like that. If you have a gift, if you're need a hostess gift or anything like that. And then we also have a lot of craft vendors that come in. So you get a wide variety of things, and they're all made, by the person who's right there at the table.
And then as far as payment, cash card, check, just
Absolutely.
depends on the vendor?
All of the above. So it'll be up to vendors whether they would like to take a check or not. But of course, cash works, and we take credit cards too. If someone would like to use a credit card, they can just come to the market information table, and we will swipe their card right there for them.
Once again, we're talking about the Winter Farmers Market at Carbondale Community High School. Best place to park, best way to enter the building?
Walnut Street. The Walnut Street entrance is the way to go, and we always have signage out kind of directing people where to go. Parking is free, of course. There's a big lot right outside, and you just kind of go right in the main entrance.
And one thing I do want to point out that this market has really grown each and every year, and last year you guys reported some record turnouts.
We did. We were so grateful to grow last year. We had a 40% increase in customers last year, which was wonderful. A great increase in vendors as well. And so the diversity and selection of things you can find is just increasing every week.
So plenty of reasons why you should come out to Carbondale Community High School on Saturday.
Yeah, we'd love
Do
to
all
see
your
you.
grocery shopping in one stop.
Absolutely. All right. Best website for people to check out?
Our website is carbondalemarket.com.
Great. Lots of good information. Thanks so much for stopping by. Jennifer Paulson with the Winter Farmers Market. And that does it for today. Thanks so much for listening, and we will check in next week. Have a good day.
This hour of programming on WDBX Carbondale is sponsored in part by your membership contributions and by Harbaugh's Cafe. Harbaugh's Cafe is located at the south end of the strip at 901 South Illinois Avenue, featuring their breakfast menu and the bottomless cup of coffee. Harbaugh's also serves salads, sandwiches, homemade soups, and vegetarian items. Open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. till 2 p.m., Sunday, 8 to 2. Breakfast available anytime, takeout available. Harbaugh's Cafe, 901 South Illinois Avenue in Carbondale, serving breakfast and lunch with a twist. 351-9897.
Support for WDBX comes from the Neighborhood Co-op Grocery. Neighborhood Co-op Grocery works with Southern Illinois farmers and producers, carrying unique, local items including honey, bison, eggs, pork, produce, and more. Neighborhood Co-op Grocery open from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day. Located in the Murdale Shopping Center in Carbondale, 529-3533, or online at neighborhood.coop.
Support comes from Work Care, providing